Today we've got something really exciting, a detailed look at the all-new 2026 Volkswagen Beetle. That's right, the iconic Beetle is back, reimagined for a new generation, and Volkswagen has gone all out with this one. Whether you're a fan of the classic curves or looking for a modern compact with character, this review is for you. Let's jump in, starting with the exterior. The 2026 Beetle keeps its nostalgic silhouette, but adds a modern, futuristic edge. You still get that rounded dome shape that makes a Beetle instantly recognizable, but it's been sharpened up with sleeker LED headlights, a wider front grille, and a more aerodynamic profile. The new Beetle rides lower and wider than its predecessor, giving it a sportier stance without losing the charm it's always been known for. There's a subtle nod to the retro models with the smooth fenders and rounded rear, but the lines are cleaner, more mature. It's no longer just a cute city. It looks ready for anything. Volkswagen is offering the 2026 Beetle in a variety of color options that really play into its character, including classic Beetle yellow, ocean blue, pearl, white, and a deep metallic graphite that gives it a premium vibe. Higher trims get blacked out accents, 18 to 19-inch alloy wheels, and even an optional panoramic sunroof. And let's talk about lighting. Full LED matrix headlights and a unique rear light bar that stretches across the width of the car make it stand out at night. The Beetle may be compact, but this new version demands attention. Now, stepping inside, the transformation is just as impressive. Volkswagen has clearly put in the work to bring the Beetle up to modern expectations. Cabin has been completely redesigned, blending retro touches with cutting-edge tech. You're immediately greeted by a curved digital display that wraps from behind the steering wheel all the way to the center console. It's sleek, intuitive, and customizable, letting drivers adjust layouts, themes, and even retro-inspired skins that mimic the old analog gauges. The materials used throughout the cabin feel high quality and thoughtfully chosen. Soft-touch plastic stitched leatherette on the dash and real aluminum accents give the interior a more upscale feel than previous generations. You'll find ambient lighting that can be adjusted in 30 different colors, which adds to the premium atmosphere. The seats are comfortable and supportive. Standard cloth upholstery in the base trim and leather or vegan leather options on higher trims. Front seat space is generous for a compact, with ample legroom and headroom for taller drivers. Rear seats, as expected in a two-door coupe, are a bit tighter. But VW has cleverly carved out extra space with slimmer seat backs and a slightly extended wheelbase. Cargo space comes in at around 15.3 cubic feet in the trunk, and the rear seats fold flat if you need extra room for luggage or shopping runs. For city driving or weekend getaways, it's more practical than you'd think. When it comes to tech, the 2026 Beetle delivers. Standard features include a 10.2-inch digital instrument cluster and a 12.9-inch infotainment touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Navigation is smooth, and there's built-in support for over-the-air updates, voice recognition, and integrated apps. There's also an optional head-up display and a premium Harman Kardon audio system that sounds incredible for a car this size. Safety is another area where Volkswagen has seriously upped the game. Every Beetle comes standard with VW's IQ Drive Safety Suite, which includes adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, and blind spot monitoring. Higher trims offer a surround view camera, park assist, and traffic jam assist, essentially giving the Beetle's semi-autonomous driving features in certain conditions. That's a major upgrade from the last-gen model. Now, let's talk about what's under the hood. For 2026, the Beetle comes in both gas and electric variants, depending on your market. The base model gets a turbocharged 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine, producing 158 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. Mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, this setup is smooth, responsive, and efficient, perfect for city dwellers or anyone commuting daily. But for those wanting more power and zero emissions, the all-new Beetle EV is where things really get interesting. built on VW's MEB platform, the same used in the ID. It delivers up to 201 horsepower in a 0 to 60 time of just under 7 seconds. With an estimated range of 280 to 300 miles on a single charge, the Beetle EV is not only fun to drive, but also practical for longer journeys. Fast charging support gets you from 10 to 80% in about 30 minutes. It's making it ideal for road trips. The handling on the 2026 Beetle feels tighter and more responsive, thanks to a new suspension setup and a lower center of gravity, especially in the EV model, where the battery pack adds balance and grip. It's agile around corners, absorbs bumps confidently, and remains quiet at highway speeds. Volkswagen has definitely improved the ride quality. And whether you're navigating narrow streets or cruising down the highway, the Beetle feels solid and refined. Now let's talk pricing. The gas-powered 2026 Beetle starts at around $24,000 for the base S trim, which is surprisingly affordable given the tech and design upgrades. The S trim moves up to about $27,500, adding leatherette seats, larger wheels, and additional driver assist features. The top SEL model comes in around $31,000. Fully loaded with all the premium options, the electric Beetle, on the other hand, starts at $32,000, with higher trims reaching up to $39,000 depending on battery size and features. While it's a jump in price, you do qualify for potential tax incentives depending on your region. And with lower running costs, the EV may be the smarter long-term option for many buyers. So, what's the verdict? The 2026 Volkswagen Beetle is no longer just a nostalgic icon, it's a legitimate competitor in the compact segment. With its refreshed design, tech-packed interior, and the option to go electric, VW has successfully modernized the Beetle while keeping its soul intact. Whether you're drawn in by its history or simply want a stylish, efficient car for everyday driving, the Beetle is worth a serious look. That's it for today's review.